अरहंत सिद्ध सुर उपाध्याय साधु सर्व अर्थ के प्रकाशी मांगलिक उपकारी है। तीन को स्वरूप जानी रागते भई जो भक्ति काय को नमाए स्तुति को उच्चारी है। धन्य धन्य तुम्ही से काज सब आज भयो कर चोरी बारंबार वंदना हमारी है। मंगल कल्याण सुख ऐसो हम चाहते हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। So we were discussing Devagam Stotra, right? Its other name is Apt Mimansa. And we were on to the 14th one, but we will repeat the 12th and 13th again. Hope you have started the homework of Viva, 3 questions. Last date is 6th December, right? So today is 30th. So you have another 7 days to go. So I hope this time everyone completes on time. Okay. So 2 questions you already knew the answers, but the third one we covered last week. So you should try to complete before 6th. Okay. 3 questions you have to send me an voice message. Okay. So in the 12th verse, in the last class, there was a discussion in the end that why we are talking negative of other religions or other sects. So this particular text, this particular scripture of Devagam Stotra was written with that purpose only, where the author Samanbhadracharya wanted to establish the supremacy of omniscient, how it is truth, right? And what others say that are very contradictory in nature. Okay. So to prove that, he has to say some negativities also of other things. But that doesn't mean that we disrespect them or we have any kind of aversions to them. Nothing. It's just the truth. When you talk of the truth, it has to be what it has to be. You cannot compromise on the truth. So, Samanbhadracharya was famous for his debating power. So, he used to debate with other scholars of different religion and used to defeat them. And at that time, it was like that if you defeat me, I will accept your religion. And in that way, he spread the light of Jainism throughout the world. Jainism was on the verge of extinction, and at that time, with the advent of Samanbhadra Acharya, it got a new life, and it not only got a new life, but it prospered. And that's why Samanbhadra Acharya is also called Kalikal Sarvagna. Okay. Kalikal Sarvagna. Sarvagna means omniscient, and Kalikal means we are now in a Kalikal, 5th era, and 5th para is Dukma. Okay, it's full of sorrow, so it is called Kalikal. So in this Kalikal, he has done a job like an omniscient would do. He has explained those very subtle and minute details which could be known through omniscient knowledge only. But with his expertise in these topics, in his content, he has described everything what a Sarvagna would do, what a Sarvagna would know. Okay, that's why he is called Kalikal Sarvagna. So we were discussing the 12th verse. How will the abhav ekantwadi, one-sided belief, okay? One-sided belief means he only believes that abhav is the only truth, okay? He does not accept the other contradictory aspect called bhav, okay? So those people establish their own opinions and find fault with those of others in the absence of the reliability of consciousness, which is knowledge, and speech. If existence is treated as altogether non-existence. So therefore, absolute existence is also not correct, and absolute non-existence is also not correct. Then in the next verse, it was proved that if somebody, in order to save himself from the defects of both absolute existence and absolute non-existence, bhavekant and abhavekant, accepts ubhayakant. Ubhayakant means having the faults of absolute existence as well as absolute non-existence. That is called ubhayakant. So it is having fault of both the belief. Okay. Accepts ubhayakant, then those who are against the logic, of multifacetedness. Okay. Our soul is multifaceted reality. Okay. So those who don't believe in that will uphold that being mutually contradictory. Both will have separate faults of their own. Okay. Now, if somebody, to save himself from this awkward situation, accepts avachya ekant, that nothing can be said about the object, absolutely, okay? Accepts avachya ekant, then a substance will become an object of speech by saying that it is really not so. So when you say that it is not avachya ekant, you are already saying something. So how it remains avachya ekant? You have already said something, right? So then a substance will become an object of speech by saying that it is really not so. So when you say not so, that means you are talking, you are making a speech. So it is again coming into that fault. Now the last three words will say how the object exactly looks, how a substance exactly looks, So, O Lord, therefore, a substance is from some point of view Sat. Sat means existent. Asat, non-existent. So from some point of view, it is existent. From some point of view, it is non-existent. We are not saying that it is absolutely existent and absolutely non-existence. We are not saying anything absolute. Okay. Kathan.
Sis, let me be the host. I'll share screen.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So it is, how it is then? Arguably expressible, arguably inexpressible. Okay. So with what could be expressed? There are three components to that. And what could not be expressed? There are four components to that. So 3 plus 4 is 7 predication. Sapta bhangi. Okay. Bhangi means point of view. Bhangi also means part. Okay. So it is called the 7 points of view predication. Okay. O Lord, therefore, a substance exists from some point of view, that is, exist. So a substance is from some point of view, sat, that is existent. Okay. Asat, non-existent. So from some point of view, it is existent, and some point of view, it is non-existent. Now, this soul is having both the qualities at the same time. Only thing is that there is a limitation of expressing one aspect at a time. We cannot explain both the things at the same time when they are opposite in nature. Okay. So Sat, Asat, non-existent, existent. Sat, Asat, both existent as well as non-existent. Then inexplicable, that means inexpressible. That is something which we cannot say by speech. Inexplicable. Then the next fourth, this was fourth. Then the fifth one is existent and inexplicable. Then sixth, non-existent and inexplicable. And the last one, seventh one, existent, non-existent, and inexplicable, respectively. All this is true according to the Saptabhanga logic, not absolutely. So in Jainism, we have nothing called absolutism. It is all arguably expressible, arguably inexpressible. Okay. So when you say something as absolute, then you are propagating wrong faith. Okay. The substance is not like that. Now, the next one, the 15th one. Who will, yeah?
Is it Anekavan and yeah, we have two, no? Ekantvad and Anekantvad. Is
Yes.
it applicable to that?
Yes, yes, that is what we are talking.
Okay.
Ekantvad is one-sided belief,
Mm.
and Anekantvad is multifaceted reality. Okay.
Thank you.
So
Yes,
our soul is Anekant. It has got infinite attributes, first part. The second part of the word means that it is having two properties or dharma, opposite in nature, simultaneously in the same object. Okay.
Yeah,
But
actually, I was absent. Sorry.
the perspective changes. When we say it is, when we say positive, it is from one aspect. When we say negative, it is from another aspect. It is not that from the same perspective, it is positive also and not negative also. It is not like that because both are opposite. So if you are expressing from one point of view, then it is from that point of view only. And the last one, existent, non-existent, and inexplicable. Okay. So now the next one, 15th one. Who will not accept the existence of substance from the point of view of, now we are talking 4 dimensions, Dravya, Kshetra, Kal, Bhav. Okay. So Dravya is a self-substance, Swa-Chatustai. Okay. This is Swa-Chatustai. That was when we say of about the omniscient, it is Anant Chatustai. Infinite knowledge, infinite perception, infinite bliss, and infinite power. Now this is self. This is about our self. So self-substance, Swadravya, self-space, Swashetra, self-time, Swakal, and self-manifestation, Swabhav. Okay. So everything in this universe exists in its own Dravya, Kshetra, Kal, Bhav. Okay. So who will not accept the existence of substance from the point of view of self-substance, self-space, self-time, and self-manifestation? So everyone will accept. It has been here said like a question. Okay. So the answer is that everyone will accept. Likewise, who will not recognize or accept the non-existence of the substance from the point of view? Now see, the point of view is changes. First one was from the point of view of self. Now this is from the point of view of other substance. Swa or par. Other is par. Okay. So from the point of view, it does not exist. Okay. So I exist from my point of view but I don't exist from your point of view. Okay. Now, from your point of view, you exist. From my point of view, you don't exist. Okay. So it is from a particular perspective. So existence of a substance from the self point of view is correct. Likewise, who will not recognize the non-existence of the substance from the point of view of other substance? Okay. So it is non-existent from the other point of view. One is a positive, the other is a negative. Now this positive and negative properties both coexist in the same substance. But only thing is that we have to talk of the perspective. So when we are talking from a point of view or a perspective, it is existing. And from the other point of view, okay, from the point of view of non-self, okay, it is non-existence. So likewise, who will not recognize the non-existence of the substance from the point of view of other substance, other space, other time, and other manifestation? So everyone will accept. Okay. Every reasonable man will accept this. Okay. If someone does not do so, the godly scheme of thing will stand shattered. Okay. So if someone does not accept this, then that means he does not know the true nature of things. Okay. Whatever our omniscient has preached, he is not able to accept that. And if he is not able to accept that, then his belief is wrong. Okay. The godly scheme of things will stand shattered. You cannot prove that. Okay. Now the last one. From the point of view of description, step by step, substance is both existence and non-existent. Okay. Bhav abhav. And since it is not possible to express both existence and non-existence simultaneously, substance is inexplicable. Okay. So the last week we also discussed about this, that if a substance exists, then what are the three situations that we can talk about that? The first is that existence can be said. The second is non-existence can be said. The third one is existence and non-existence both can be said, but not simultaneously, one after the other. So these are the three things which can be said about that particular object. Now, what you cannot say about that particular object? So there are four components in that. A substance is inexpressible. Okay. Inexpressible, then we get four situations. Okay. The first one, both existence and existence can't be said together. Now, what cannot be said? There are four components. Both existence and non-existence cannot be said together. Existence can be said, but at the same time, the entire substance cannot be expressed. You are just expressing the existence, but you are not uh, talking about the entire substance. It cannot be expressed. Okay. The next is non-existence can be said, but at the same time, the entire substance cannot be expressed. And the last one, existence and non-existence both can be said one after the other, but at the same time, the entire substance cannot be expressed. So in this way, we have 3 points of view regarding the expressibility and 4 regarding inexpressibility of the substance, which gives us the 7-fold predicates. Okay, Saptabhangi. So this is all that we have to say about this. Now in the 4th sem, we have a separate topic for this, Saptabhangi. Okay. There we will see the divisions and subdivisions of Saptabhangi. One thing you should remember, that this Saptabhangi, 7-fold predication, is applicable to only the properties of the substance. धर्म में ही लगते हैं. It does not apply to attributes. It does not apply to शक्ति और power. Okay, गुण में नहीं लगते हैं, शक्ति में नहीं लगते हैं, और क्या है, स्वभाव, नेचर. ओके, नेचर में भी नहीं लगते हैं. It can only be said about the properties. Okay, mutually contradictory properties. Okay, so they are not opposites, but it seems to us that it is opposite. Why it is not opposite? Because both are existing in the same substance at the same time. Only thing is that we can say about one aspect at a time. So if we are talking about the positive nature of the object, then the negative nature is not expressed simultaneously, but it is there in the substance. Okay, it is not being talked about right now, so it is not being highlighted. That's it. Okay, but as far as the object is concerned, all the properties are present in the object at the same time. So our soul is also multifaceted reality. Okay, it has got infinite kinds of attributes, infinite kinds of properties, infinite kinds of nature, and infinite kinds of power. Okay, so 4 things: gun, attributes; dharma, properties; swabhav, nature; and shakti, power. Okay, so on one aspect these 4 are synonymous, but if you look at subtle point of view, each is different. Attributes will always have a modification. Okay, properties will always be in couple. Okay, so it does not have a modification. Then the third one is nature. Nature is always present. Okay, the fourth one, Shakti, power. Okay, so power is directly expressed like omniscient power. Okay, Sarvagnatva Shakti, Shakti, power. Okay, so Sarvagnatva Shakti is not present in the present. Okay, but the whole power will be expressed in the 13th stage of spiritual development. Okay, so we have all 4 kinds of things in ourselves. In every substance, all these 4 kinds of things are there. Okay, it is just a matter of fact that what we are discussing at what point of time. Okay, as far as the object is concerned, it is having all the properties. And why we are expressing this? Because we want to know the correct nature of the object. Unless knowing the object, now in our case we consider the soul, so we have to know soul as it is. Okay, with all its properties, with all its attributes, with all kinds of its nature and all kinds of its power. Okay, that makes our soul a powerful entity. Okay, and we should be very proud of ourselves as a soul. Okay, and when you see yourself to be the most powerful, okay, that is the time your active consciousness takes a turn from external objects and it takes shelter in the self. And that is the time you realize yourself, self-realization. Okay. So this is all we have.
So over here, sorry, may I ask a question?
Yeah.
So you said Gun, Dharam, Swabhav and Shakti. So, sir, Dharam, what did you say it means?
Properties.
No, all these 4 are properties. But so what is Dharam? Dharam is not nature.
Dharam is again a mutually opposite pair of properties. Dharma will always be in a pair. Okay, like Nitya, Anitya, Tat, Atat, Sat, Asat, existence, non-existence, like that. So mutually opposite pair of properties, okay, is called dharma. Gun is called attribute. So gun has a modification. Dharma does not have a modification. Shakti is directly expressed, and Swabhav, nature, is always present. So in that manner, we have all these 4 types of attributes in ourselves. Okay.
So, and in this entire chapter, when Saman Bhadraji is talking about the substance, he is only talking about the soul, is it?
No, as substance as a general, we can include all the 6 substances, but we are concerned with soul because we want to get liberated. Okay. So we always try to apply in our soul whatever we read, because it is the soul who wants to get liberated. Other substances are non-living, so it hardly matters. But some of the things all the substance have. These are the some common properties.
So, and in this, he's kind of not given any examples, right? Like when he says the soul is multifaceted,
Right.
and it has.
So I've given that example last week that for some you are mother,
Yeah,
some you are daughter,
correct,
some you are sister, or some you are wife. So you are having multiple dimensions to you from different perspective.
correct,
So when you are wife, it is only the perspective of husband. When you are sister, it is only from the perspective of brother. When you are daughter, it is only from the perspective of your parents. When you are mother, then it is only from the perspective of your children. So the perspective changes. Okay. So same object could be expressed in 7 ways. Okay. And why we are expressing 7? Because there are 7 kinds of property in a substance. Okay. Now, why there are 7? That also, I think last week we discussed about this. One minute. So while talking about the substance, the perspective of one mutually opposite pair of properties. So this 7-fold predication is applicable to only dharma. Okay. And dharma are always in pair. Okay. One mutually opposite pair of properties. Okay. So these are applicable to dharma only. Only 7 questions can arise. Okay. So why 7 questions? Because there are 7 types of curiosities. Why 7 types of curiosities? Because there are only 7 kinds of doubt for a particular property. Okay. So doubts are 7. So it is 7. Now the last one, why only 7 doubts? It is because the substance has 7 properties inbuilt that give rise to only 7 types of doubts. Okay. So this 7-fold predications is only applicable to properties. It is not applicable to attributes. It is not applicable to nature. It is not applicable to power. Okay. Only opposite pair of properties, mutually opposite pair of properties. Now both are properties, so both are part of the soul simultaneously, same time, but only when we want to express, it is only the one part that we can express at a time. So what could be expressed has 3 components, and what could not be expressed has 4 components, and that makes this 7-fold predication. It's a kind of point of view, and we use point of view to know the object. Okay. So it is like that. So you exist from your own 4-fold dimension, like self-substance, self-space, self-time, and self-manifestation. Then the second one is you don't exist from other substance, other space, other time, and other manifestation. So it is like that. So basically it is simple, but only the terminology is a bit difficult and it's new to us. But anyways, when we cover up this in the next, in the 4th sem, then you will be having more clarity about this. And this is, you have to apply to know the object with its full uh, what we call properties, what are the things that a substance contain. If you want to know the true nature of the substance, then we need to apply these 7 predications, and then we will have the correct understanding of that substance. So we apply 7 fundamentals also to know the substance. Okay. So our objective is just to know the substance as it is. Now we are just exploring different parameters to know the same substance. Okay. So you will have a clear-cut understanding about the substance, how the substance is like. Now we will come to the last chapter of Tattwagyan part 2, that is chapter number 4. And today I will be explaining you from the chart. Okay. The next week, of course, time remaining today also, we will read this chapter. But from the chart itself, it will be clear. So, Jia, you can share the chart.
I'll
Okay.
just open it.
Yeah, instead of textbook, we'll refer later on. Yesterday, I shared the chart.
I have it with me. Should I share it? It's open. Do you need help, Gia?
It's in the group. She will share.
Okay.
Yes, just one second.
Yeah.
I'll just rotate.
Yeah. Okay, so it is Hindi and English together. Initially, I made it in Hindi. That was the previous batches which I was teaching in Hindi, and then I started in English. So I have added the English names. Okay, but you should know the Hindi names also, because most of the time when you hear lectures from other scholars, it will be in Hindi. English is not that popular now, but going forward, it is going to be more popular and more in use. So for any action, activity to take place, there should be some causes. And any work or activity cannot be accomplished without its causes, right? Very simple thing. कार्य होगा तो कारण होना चाहिए, right? Without karan, karya cannot happen. So what are the causes? Okay, this chapter discusses what are the causes that are responsible for any action or work being done. Okay, so these causes. Okay, now these causes we have already studied in 6 cases. Okay, 6 cases are 6 causes only. And we have also, I told you sometime about the 5 samvai. Okay, so 5 samvai are also 5 causes. Okay, and this is again a causes. So all 3 are same thing being explained in different words. Okay, so today we will see that comparison also. 5 causes. What are the 5 causes, if anyone remembers? Anyone? I'll give you a hint. For any action to take place, there are 5 causes called samvai.
Tam samveg nirved anukampa astha.
No. It is 4. Those are the qualities of the soul. Okay. So 5 causes would be swabhav, nature, nimit, instrumental cause, then the right time, kallabdhi, then destiny, bhavitavya, and the last one, effort. Do you remember we had discussed this? Anyone remembers? Or it is something new to you?
Not you, but vaguely I remember.
Okay, good. Soumya is not there, no? Soumya would have known. Because when I asked about this, he only gave me the answer. Okay. So these are the 5 causes. Now today we will be discussing the 2 causes. Okay. One is principal cause and the other is instrumental cause. Okay. So principal cause is called upadan and instrumental cause is called nimit. So we have all heard this word nimit, and everyone knows about its meaning more or less. Okay. But today we will see it in a technical manner. So there are 2 causes, major causes, principal cause and instrumental cause. Okay. Now, I'll give you an example and then you can relate to it that, the Bhagwan Mahavir got omniscient knowledge and for 66 days, the divine sound didn't come out. Okay. So then Indra checked that why it is not coming out. It's already 66 days. Usually the Tirthankars, they once they develop omniscient knowledge, then immediately they start emanating this divine sound, Divya Dhvani. Okay. So it was not coming out. So Indra thought, what is the problem? And he came to know that there is no preceptor.
Gandhar.
Yeah, Gandhar. Preceptor, that is Gandhar. So he called Indrabhuti Gautam and then the divine sound started coming out. Okay. So that Gandhar is a myth. The divine sound is the principal cause and the Gandhar is the nimit cause. So apparently it seems that action has taken only place because the nimit was there, right? Instrumental cause was not there, so it was not coming out. And the moment the instrumental cause appeared, the divine sound came out. Okay. So apparently it looks like that, but it is not that. Because that Indrabhuti Gautam is something different. It's a different substance altogether. Bhagwan Mahavir is different and Indrabhuti Gautam is different. Both are different entities, right? So how it can happen that some external cause can do some effect in another substance? It is never happens. But it is being said like that Indrabhuti Gautam was not there, so the divine sound was not coming out. So there is no harm in saying, because it's a conventional statement and we accept that conventional statement. But from the real point of view, if we see, the divine sound came or because of on its own. The right time was not there, so it was not coming out. And when the right time came, it came out. Okay. But we always see and we always believe that it was because the Gandhar was not there, so the sound was not coming out. Now, this you have to understand that it is a completely false statement. The correct statement is that Bhagwan Mahavir's Divya Dhvani, divine sound, came out on its own and not because the Gandhar was not there. So you can say that 66 days it didn't come out. Why? Because the Gandhar was not there. So that means the Gandhar is the cause of that divine sound. That what apparently seems, but it is not so. That is what we are going to study in this chapter. That for any action to take place, there are 2 causes. One is the principal cause and one is an instrumental cause. So Gautam Gandhar was an instrumental cause. No denying fact about that. But having said that, it is not the principal cause. Because principal cause exists in that substance only. It cannot be any another substance. So whatever a transformation a substance undergoes, it is only self-responsible. No other substance can do anything in any other substance. Yeah, Arun, you want to ask
Yes,
something?
sir. Yes, sir. Sir, does it mean then the reality is the principal cause only and instrumental cause is not the reality?
No. Instrumental cause is not the reality, but we conventionally we say that just because the Gandhar was not there, the voice was not coming out. We could say like that, but we have to believe that it is because the right time was not there. All the 5 causes should be present to have any action. Okay, and all the 5 causes are equally responsible. Okay, so in this case we will take 2 causes, principal cause and instrumental cause. Okay, so again the principal cause, so what is a principal cause and what is an instrumental cause, that we first define it. Okay, then you will be able to understand it more clearly. So
So I have a question. So
yeah.
then, why is in Jainism not mentioned that actually why the Divyadvani didn't come out for 66 days?
So it is, all the 5 causes were not there. You want to, like, it apparently seems that because Gandhar was not there. But
Yeah,
Gandhar is an instrumental cause. Why
correct.
you are forgetting the other 4? Right time, destiny, the nature, and the efforts.
Effort.
So for any action to take place, there will always be 5 causes. Okay. So if you are able to understand these 5 causes, then you will not say that it is just because of Gandhar was not there, it was not coming out. That's a partial truth statement. It is not a complete truth statement. Conventionally, it is true, but from reality, it is not true.
Okay.
Because Gandhar is an external substance. How can one substance do anything in the other substance?
That's true.
So we always, all the religion says that why you are suffering? Because of our karma. And we also say like that, right? But when we say, we know that it's a conventional statement. And when they say, they believe it is to be the only cause, right? So we accept instrumental cause. It is not that we don't accept. Instrumental cause is one of the causes. We don't deny that, but it is not the absolute cause. Okay. So today we will try to find what would be the regulating factor or a controlling factor. Okay. Which cause would be the regulating factor and controlling factor? That is the objective of knowing today's discussion about the causes. Okay. So broadly, it is 2: principal cause and instrumental cause. Okay. So the principal cause is our own power, and instrumental cause is always an external substance. Okay. So now what is principal cause? The substance that manifests itself into the action. Okay. Action means karya, is known as the principal cause or the upadan karan. Okay. The substance that manifests itself into the action. So now you have made a chapati out of wheat. Okay. Right. So the action is the chapati. Okay. Now what would be the principal cause?
Wheat.
Wheat, right? Because wheat substance has manifests itself into chapati. Okay. You cannot make chapati out of a rice. It has to be wheat only, right? So similar logics are given. So the substance that manifests itself into the action is known as the principal cause or the upadan karan. So when a furniture is made, what would be the principal cause?
Wood.
Wood.
Wood or tree. Okay. Wood is also okay, no problem. Okay. So wood is the principal cause. Now, this transformation has taken place. So what would be the instrumental cause in case of chapati?
Fire.
Pardon?
Fire, water.
Water. Okay.
The action actually of rolling the chapati.
Rolling the chapati, then patla, then
Yes,
that by the
Everything.
lady who
Lot of
prepared.
things.
So all these would be the instrumental cause. Okay. But the principal cause would be the wheat or the flour. Okay. So now what is the instrumental cause? You have seen the definition of principal cause. Now what is the definition of the instrumental cause? Okay.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Sir, the principal cause of chapati won't be hunger.
No, because hunger, chapati is a matter substance. Hunger is something that that is coming out. You can say it's body is responsible for that, or otherwise soul has also connection with that.
Yeah.
Okay, but those are, soul is different. Soul is only a knower, and the body feels this feeling of hunger, right? So it's a function of the body. Hunger is a function of the body. Eating is a function of the body. Okay, soul in both the cases is an observer only, because soul is a different entity altogether.
Yes.
It's, the body does not know anything, right? Body is just like a robot.
Right.
You program it, it keeps on functioning, and we believe that I have done this, I have done that, I am bringing up the children, I am earning the money, I am cooking the food, I am doing business. We have so many misbeliefs about ourselves, right? So with this knowledge, you will be able to understand what is the correct cause for any action. Okay. So principal cause, the definition you understood. Now, what is the instrumental cause? The substance which does not manifest itself. Okay. The substance which does not manifest itself into the action. Okay. So Gautam Gandhar was present, but it did not manifest itself into the action. Action was the divine sound, right? So Gautam Gandhar, okay, the chief preceptor, it does not manifest itself into the divine sound. He remains Gautam Gandhar only. The divine sound comes out of Bhagavan Mahavir's body, right? So the substance which does not manifest itself into the action, but is assumed to be a suitable, anukul hone ka arop, okay? But it is assumed to be suitable for the said action. It is only suitable for the said action. Anukul hone ka arop, but it's not a contributor to the action. Clear, Nimit? So these are the two major causes. Now tell me, like in the example of Gautam Gandhar, apparently it seems that because Gautam Gandhar was not there, those 66 days, there was no divine sound, right? But now we have to analyze the factors, other factors, okay, to ascertain at the correct cause. Correct cause means the regulatory factor, regulatory cause, or the controlling cause. Controlling cause is the cause by which the action will take place 100%. Okay. So what would be the controlling cause? That's what we are going to find out. Because if we understand the controlling cause, we'll work on that and we will get the action done, right? So we need to identify what is the controlling factor. Okay. So that is the discussion for this topic. Okay. What is the controlling cause? Okay. Now, before coming to a conclusion, we will have to see the divisions and subdivisions of these two cause to understand the controlling cause or the controlling factor of the action. Okay. So again, this principal cause is divided into two. One is eternal principle. The other is momentary principle. Okay. So the full name would be eternal principal cause, momentary principal cause. Now, what is this eternal principal cause? Trikadi Upadan. It is called Trikadi Upadan. Trikadi, that which exists all the time, past, present, future. Okay. So that is what we call eternal. Eternal means no birth, no death. It is always there. It was in the past, it is in the present, it will be in the future. Okay. So eternal principal cause is called Trikali Upadan. Upadan is principle. Okay. Trikali Upadan Karan. And what is momentary principal cause? Shanik Upadan Karan. Momentary, Shanik, Upadan, principal, cause, Karan. Okay. Shanik Upadan Karan. So we have two kinds of principal cause, eternal and momentary. Now, again, this momentary is divided into two: immediate prior modification and eligibility of the moment. Immediate prior modification, eligibility of the moment. Now we come back to the same example of chapati. Okay. So chapati is the action. Okay. What would be the eternal principle?
Wheat.
Right. Very good. Wait. What would be the momentary principle?
All the rest, like pata, belan, water, fire.
Pata, belan will come into instrumental cause. Pata,
Instrument.
belan, bai, all will come as instrumental cause because they don't directly participate in the action. They are just a suitable cause at that point of time.
Dough, can we say the dough, atta, that's like you mend it for the chapati?
So momentary principle again is of two types. Okay.
Mhm.
Momentary itself says that it is the moment that which the chapati is made. Right. Now, among the momentary principle, there are two divisions: immediate prior modification and the eligibility of the moment. Eligibility of the moment means the moment the chapati was ready. Okay, it is that moment. Okay. And immediate prior modification is from wheat. We made that dough from, we made flour, and with flour we made dough. Okay. And from dough, we made that chapati. Okay. So immediate prior modification would be dough. Agree, everyone?
So the dough or the shaping of the dough.
हम क्या बोलते हैं?
Rolling it.
लोट हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं वो?
हाँ, लोड बांधने का.
हाँ, लोड बांधने को, right? What we say? Dough, no? It is dough only, right?
Dough.
Dough. Okay. So dough. Okay. So
Loa.
immediate prior modification, that is anantar purva shanvarti paryay. Anantar purva shanvarti paryay means the moment before the action took place. So chapati is the action. So before prior modification, immediate prior modification would be the dough or dough. Okay. So immediate prior modification is dough, and chapati is the eligibility of the moment, the action that has taken place. So immediate prior modification is anantar purva shanvarti paryay. Okay. Anantar purva shanvarti paryay. And the last one, eligibility of the moment, is tat samay ki yogyata. So now you know principal cause, again two types, eternal and momentary. Momentary again of two type, immediate prior modification, eligibility of the moment. Okay. And when we have instrumental cause. So now we have 5 causes out of this. Okay. One is eternal principle, Trikali Upadan. Okay. The second one is immediate prior modification, that is called effort. Then the third is tat samay ki yogyata, eligibility of the moment. So in the eligibility of the moment, there are two factors. One is right time and the other is destiny. You can see the chart. Okay. Kal labdhi is the right time and bhavitavya or honar is the destiny. Right. So now how many causes we have discussed? Eternal principle, that is the nature. Immediate prior modification, that is Purusharth, effort. Then tat samay ki yogyata, eligibility of the moment, is right time and destiny. So we have covered 4. Okay. And the fifth one is instrumental cause. Now in this instrumental cause, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 pairs. Okay.
Sir, can you explain with some examples, like, the three which you explained in this principal cause? Like, I am able to understand the principal and the instrumental cause nicely, but then the other three, I'm not able to get them.
Yeah. So in the case of chapati, what would be the eternal principle? Trikali Upadan. Swabhav.
It's wheat.
What would be that?
Wheat.
Wheat. Right.
Wheat.
Now, what would be the immediate prior modification?
The dough.
Dough.
Dough. Okay. And what would be the eligibility of the moment? The chapati. So these three you are clear?
Yes, sir.
So eligibility of the moment won't be like the hot pan in which you throw the chapati or you toss it.
So that will be all coming under instrumental cause. The pan, the belan, the
Oh,
chakla.
actually, because they're not participating.
Yeah, they are not participating directly, right? Okay. So the substance that manifests itself into action would be a part of principle. And
So they are participating, but they're not manifesting as the original.
which
Chakla
one?
belan, they are participating in the action, but they're not manifesting. Wheat का कुछ बेलन में नहीं होता.
Right. So that's why they are instrumental cause.
Correct. Thanks, Mark.
Not directly participating in the process of chapati.
But their existence is there. They are indirectly participating, no, sir?
Indirectly participating, but that is only if you consider the process. But if you consider roti only, chapati only, then it is not participating.
Okay.
Chapati
I
as a
understand
substance,
this, right?
chapati as a substance will not have properties of chakla, belan, the pan,
Yes, yes.
nothing.
Okay.
Even the bai's hand, nothing. Nothing comes in the chapati, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
we
Yes,
have to consider it as a substance, okay? So chapati is the substance, and in that substance, all these are instrumental cause because they don't directly get involved in the action, okay? They don't manifest into the action, okay? So we know now wheat, we know now dough, we know now chapati, okay? And you know instrumental cause. So all the four you know. Now, this eligibility of the moment is having two factors in it, okay? So when we talk about principal cause and instrumental cause, it is only eligibility of the moment. But when we consider the 5 causes, then 2 are included in that, the right time and the destiny.
Bhavitavya is the destiny, sir.
डेस्टिनी इज भवितव्य, होनहार, जो होना था वही हुआ, और जब होना था तब हुआ. जब होना था मतलब टाइम, राइट टाइम, काल लब्धि. भवितव्य is destiny. Okay. So now how many causes we have? 5 causes. Okay. So from 2 causes, we went to subdivisions of it. And then from again momentary principle, another 2 divisions. So in net, we are having all the 5 causes in this chart. Which are the 5 causes, Arun?
Sir, the 5 causes are the principal cause, eternal cause, and the this thing instrumental cause. And then in eternal, we do have further. No, sorry, like causes there are 2 types, principal and instrumental. And then in principal, we have 3: eternal cause, immediate prior to modification, and the eligibility of movement. But then one concern I have is the immediate prior to modification and the eligibility of the movement. They both are kind of relative, right?
Yeah.
Right now, we have the
They
focus
are
on
both,
chapati.
they are relative in the sense that they are both are momentary. Okay. Both are
No, but then
momentary.
that also depends. Suppose you have in your mind that, okay, the eligibility of the moment is chapati. That is why you are saying the immediate prior to modification can be dough. Whereas from my perspective, the eligibility of the moment can be a dough, right? So for me, the immediate prior to modification will be.
But eligibility of the moment would be the action, no? So what is the action? First you define.
So the action will be like, when I need the dough. So for me, dough is the final
Action.
output.
Action, right? So if you
Right.
consider dough as the final action, then immediate prior modification would be wheat or the flour,
The flour, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you consider that way, no problem.
Okay.
What action, what you are considering as an action, that will govern what is the other causes.
Yes, sir.
So first we have to see what is the action. Okay. So in this example, it was chapati. Now furniture. Now you tell me all the 5 causes and the furniture.
All the 5 causes of furniture. So the principal cause will be wood, right? And then
Principle or eternal principle?
eternal principle will be wood. Then
Yeah.
let's take the instrumental cause as the carpenter, right?
Yes.
And then for me, assuming the final action or
Like
like,
chair.
the
Chair.
eligibility of the moment is chair. And then immediate prior to modification will be uh, cutting that branches of that
Yes.
tree,
Very good. Very good.
right?
And then the whole process where the chair has come up, right? The
Yes,
whole
sir.
process up to the chair being a final product. So cutting of the woods, then whatever process that we undergo to make a chair. Okay.
Right.
So immediate prior modification is pursharth, effort. Okay. And eligibility of the moment has 2 another components called right time and destiny. So right
Right.
time is nothing, the time that the final product was made, and destiny is nothing but the final product itself.
So what would be the momentary principal cause of this furniture?
Momentary principal cause will be of 2 types. So you have to define both. One would be immediate prior modification and the other would be the eligibility of the moment.
So, sir, the immediate prior modification, like Arunji said, would also include cutting off the tree, is it?
Yes. All process will
All
come.
of them.
All of them. But here it is mentioned immediate prior. Okay. Immediate prior. So, but we know from practical experience that it is not that the immediate prior modification by which the next modification has come up. The whole process, no? Cutting of the woods, then making it into wood and then shaping it up and then cutting its size and whatever. So all the process would be immediate prior modification. And immediate prior modification is the effort that you put in to get the final product. Okay. So immediate prior modification is a regulatory factor for the process, right? Regulatory factor for the process. And what would be a regulatory factor for time? So eligibility of the moment is the regulatory factor. Okay. Regulatory factor of what? Time. Regulatory factor of time, regulatory factor of process, and regulatory factor of nature. These 3 are regulatory factor. So nature is a regulatory factor for what? It says that the action will take place only in this substance. Eternal principle or Trikali Upadan or nature, okay, is the regulatory factor for the action will take place in this substance. Okay. And eligibility of the moment is the action itself. Okay. So in furniture, you have explained everything. Now the instrumental cause, we have not seen the subdivisions. There are 5 types of subdivisions and both are in pairs. All the 5 are in pairs. So one is prerak, one is udasin. Prerak is motivational instrumental cause, indifferent instrumental cause.
Sir, excuse me. I want to know regulatory factor is for eternal principle.
Eternal principle, the regulatory factor is that the substance will, the action will take place in this particular substance. So the chair would be made in this particular wood. Okay.
This regulatory factor is for eligibility of the moment, you said.
No, there are three regulatory factors. One
That
is
is
one regulatory factor is about the
time.
about the substance which will where the action will take place. Okay. The second regulatory factor is about the process, the effort, and the third regulatory factor is about the time. Okay. Instrumental cause would not be a regulatory factor, right? Although it is a cause, it is one of the cause. Now we have to understand here that the action of furniture or chair the action that has taken place, all the five causes are equal contributor. But out of the five causes, which is in our hand? Can anyone say? Himali.
Effort.
Right, very good.
Yeah.
Effort is in our hand because the substance is always present. So nature is always present. If the nature is present, the action should take place, but it does not take place. Okay. So it cannot be the regulatory factor as far as time is concerned. Right? Regulatory factor of the action, it is not the regulatory of the action because it is always present. It is present all the three times. So the action should happen all the three times, but it is not happening. Chair is only being manufactured at a particular time. Okay. So that time is the regulatory factor. Okay. So this is one regulatory factor, eternal principle. The second regulatory factor is about the process. So if a chair has to be made, it will follow this process only, that the tree has to be cut, then wood has to be made, then it has to be cut into sizes, and then it has to be fixed with nails and all, and whatever Fevicol, sun mica, whatever we put in, and then the chair is ready. Okay. So for process, what would be the regulatory factor? Will be the effort or immediate prior modification. Okay, two names are there, immediate prior modification or the effort. Now the last one, the eligibility of the moment. Okay, it considers it is a regulatory factor of time. Okay, regulatory factor of time. Now what is this Kal Labdhi, right time? What is this Kal Labdhi? The moment the
जब
action
होने का रहेगा तो तब होगा.
जब होने का रहेगा वो रहेगा. The action itself is the right time. When the action takes place, it is the right time, and whatever the action takes place is the destiny. भवितव्य, होनहार, होने योग्य ही होता है, कुछ गड़बड़ होता ही नहीं है. Okay, so we have considered this 5 causes. Now instrumental cause. Let's finish the instrumental cause. Then again I will give you two.
इसमें एक्सक्यूज मी सर, ये इसमें नेचर क्या होगा? एलिजिबिलिटी ऑफ द मोमेंट.
एलिजिबिलिटी ऑफ द मोमेंट नेचर नहीं है. नेचर तो
नहीं, नेचर यू सेड 1 2 3, दैट इज टाइम, प्रोसेस एंड नेचर.
so nature only shows that the action will take place in this substance.
ओके, थैंक यू सर.
स्वभाव, eternal principle, त्रिकाली उपादान सदा काल मौजूद है, तो कार्य होते रहना चाहिए, बट कार्य होता नहीं है ना, इसलिए it is not the regulatory factor for the action to take place. It is only a regulatory factor to show that the substance, only in this substance the action will take place. So it indicates the substance only. Okay. Then the process is Purusharth, effort, and then the eligibility of the moment. That is where the action, what the action is. Now coming on to the instrumental cause, we'll do 2-3 examples. Let's finish this instrumental cause, then you have to mention me 5 things at a time. Okay. So let's see the difference. Do you have any questions? You tell me.
So what is Purusharth, effort or immediate prior modification?
So there are when we discuss principal cause and instrumental cause, it will be immediate prior modification. And when we discuss 5 causes, it will be effort. Okay. And there is a name for this also in 6 cases that we are coming in the next class. Okay. That is the conclusion that we'll see. So all the 3 process, the 6 cases, Nimit Upadan and Panch Samvai, all the 3 says same thing, how the action has taken place. Okay. What are the causes? It says about the causes of the action that has taken place, but each has got different words for it. Okay. And that we will see at the last, the comparative statement about the 3. Okay. So now instrumental cause. Let's finish the instrumental cause. So the first one is the most important instrumental cause. The 2 types, the prerak and udasin, motivational and indifferent. So in the case of chapati,
Bye.
so what is a motivational instrumental cause? The one who has got desire and where the one who has the capacity to transform. Okay. Ichhavan plus Kriyavan. Ichhavan means one who is having a desire, and Kriyavan is where the transformation takes place. Okay. And the indifferent instrumental cause is Nishkriya. It has got no desire. Okay. No desire. It is Kriyavan. It has got transformatory power, but it is not having any desire. So when we consider the case of chapati, the lady who makes the chapati is the motivational instrumental cause, because he has a desire, she has a desire, right? And chakla, belan, all these are indifferent instrumental cause because they don't have desire. Okay, clear? So this chakla was moving to and fro. How it could be done without medium of motion? So medium of motion is also a indifferent instrumental cause. Then the balloon stops at some place when it is ready. Okay. So it has stopped because of medium of rest. So medium of rest is again an indifferent instrumental cause. Then who is giving the space? Akash. Okay. So space is also a indifferent instrumental cause. And then Kal, time. Okay. Time is also a indifferent instrumental cause because it is because of time only the transformation is taking place. Okay. So this 4 instrumental cause, indifferent instrumental cause, will always be there in any action that takes place. Medium of motion, medium of rest, space, and time. Okay. So this you have to add everywhere. These 4. And apart from there, the belan, the chakla, the pan, these are all again indifferent instrumental cause. Okay.
What is the 4th one, sir? Medium of motion, medium of rest, medium of space, and the 4th one?
Time.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So we studied about 6 substances. So these are the 4 substances. Okay. Medium of motion, medium of rest, space, and time. And other 2 are soul and matter. So these are the 6 substances. Now the second set of instrumental cause is internal and external. So in chapati, in the case of chapati, what would be an internal instrumental cause and what would be an external instrumental cause? So when I say instrumental, that means it has to be other substance. It cannot be the same substance where the action has taken place.
So
Okay.
hunger.
Pardon?
Hunger. This is internal.
No. No, hunger will not be an internal cause.
Fire.
Which make a chapati?
Hmm?
भाव जो होते हैं चपाती बनाने के
Desire.
desire.
Desire. And what would be the external instrumental cause? Hunger also we can take as an internal instrumental cause, but hunger will be, supposing the maker is a different lady and the person who is going to eat is different, you know.
Could be. Yes.
So desire, that could be internal instrumental cause, and external instrumental cause would be the
The Balan and all those things.
no,
No, that is.
that also could be there, and this also, like you have invited somebody to eat. Okay, so this would be external instrumental cause.
The
So
reason for making
why
it.
you have made chapati? You have made chapati for your family members. Okay, so these are external instrumental cause. Okay, because they are going to consume this chapati. Now there is third set of difference which we don't want to discuss very deep, but just for the sake of knowledge. So there are some primary instrumental cause and there are some secondary instrumental cause. So in case of chapati, the primary would be the bai, okay, who makes the chapati, and the secondary would be chakna, belan and all. And then there is an ordinary instrumental cause, spatial instrumental cause. So what would be ordinary instrumental cause in case of chapati? Chakla, belan and all will be. And that bai would be a spatial instrumental cause. Okay. Spatial skills that lady has. Then there is a sadbhav nimit and abhav nimit. Sadbhav is due to presence and due to absence. So in case of chapati, what would be the bai would be the sadbhav nimit, okay, and what would be the abhav nimit? Abhav nimit would be the wear and tear of chakla belan, right? So if you use constantly, it is wearing out every moment, right? So that will be again chakla and belan and all. So the important is the first one only, motivational and indifferent. So now you have to tell me what is eternal principle, what is immediate prior modification, what is eligibility of the moment, what is motivational, and what is indifferent. 5. Okay. Out of 5, 3 are from principal cause and 2 are from instrumental cause. Okay. Clear, everyone? Clear? So I will ask now. So I incurred losses in the stock market. Okay. Now you have to tell me 5 things in this. Now tell me what is the action. First, you tell me what is the action.
So trading.
Loss is the action. Okay. Now you tell me 5 factors. If loss is the action, you tell me. Loss of money, huh? Loss of money. I make it very more clear.
So what do we have to apply in this? Loss of money is a question. And what is the question, sir?
So we have to apply the 5 factors that we studied now: eternal principle, immediate prior modification, eligibility of the moment, motivational instrumental cause, indifferent instrumental cause.
So will the eternal principal cause be the stock market?
What
Loss will be, agar
loss is the action, okay? So first you tell me what would be the eternal principle, Trikali Upadan. Loss of money.
Money is the Trikali Upadan is money.
Right.
Money,
Trikali
money, yes.
Upadan is money. Okay. Then what would be the immediate prior modification before loss? What would be?
The money to whom it has. I mean, the person who's holding having the money. The state of money, the value of money.
Stocks going down.
No. You tell me the process which has led to the loss.
Trading. Stocks going down.
Trading, then wrong decisions, wrong choose of stocks, wrong timing, whatever, right? Wrong advice. Of course, advice will come into instrumental cause, but we are considering the loss of money as action. So before that, all these factors are contributing to that loss. Okay. The trading, whatever you can say, the decisions, whatever. Okay. So I have taken this decision to invest in stock market. So it is my decision that is the immediate prior modification. And the eligibility of the moment would be the loss, actual loss. Okay. And now instrumental cause, what would be the motivational instrumental cause? So always instrumental cause will be another substance. So in this case,
The individual who wants to trade.
no, the broker.
The broker, huh? I mean, okay, the broker.
So
the individual who wants to trade, no, sir. How can it be the broker?
Because broker is the instrumental cause, no? It is the other factor. I did this trading through some broker. So broker is the instrumental cause.
I can do it myself also.
Yeah, you can do
So then the brokerage platform.
Then
if I'm doing it myself, the broker is not, he doesn't have a say in this.
If you are doing, supposing online, okay. So if you are doing online,
Platform, the platform of trading, I think so.
Yeah, you can say like that. Platform. These examples are all partial truth. It cannot be exactly truth, but just we are understanding the concept. And what would be the indifferent instrumental cause?
The stock market.
The stock exchange, the regulatory board, and the trading platform. All these would be instrumental, indifferent instrumental cause. Okay. So in this way you have to, now the last week's example, we will again revisit that example, the making of a pot by a potter from the mud. Madhuji, you try.
Which one, sir?
Making
The making of a pot from the mud by a potter.
For indifferent instrumental cause, sir?
No, all the 5 you have to tell me. Now, what are the 5 that you are going to tell me? First, you tell me the names.
That is eternal principal cause, then
Yes.
immediate prior modification, eligibility of the moment,
Yes.
instrumental cause, and that you have motivational cause and indifferent instrumental cause.
Very good. Now you only tell me what would be the only one cause you tell me. Eternal principle.
That will be the mud.
Good. Himali, what would be immediate prior modification?
So collecting the mud, making it into a ball, making it wet.
So the whole entire process by which the pot was ready. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, what would be the eligibility of the moment, Rekha?
Making of the pot.
Making of the pot is the eligibility of the moment.
No, pot itself is the eligibility of the moment. Pot is the action. Pot is the action.
The action of making the pot is the eligibility of the moment.
No.
Oh.
Pot itself is
the
the
pot.
Yes. Pot
The
itself.
chapati or the loss made.
Now,
That is the final product you made.
Eligibility of the moment.
Yes. Now, Arun, you
Final
tell me
product.
what would be the motivational instrumental cause?
Sorry, sir, I skipped this example.
But you can think over
Motivational cause.
Potter.
the making of
Potter.
the
The
pot
potter.
from a mud. Okay, so that is the example. Now, what is
Okay.
the potter? Okay,
Yes, sir.
kumbhar.
Indifferent instrumental cause. Medium of
And what would be the indifferent instrumental cause, Pratibhaji?
making.
No, the potter's wheel,
Yes,
Yeah.
stopping of it, going round and round of it.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, all the instruments used to
All the
make it.
four.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
instruments used. Yes.
Medium of
So,
motion, rest, space, and time.
so I'll give you 2 more examples as a homework. You have to tell me all the 5 factors. Okay, that's now what you said. So you can write down the example right now only. Otherwise, I will forget and you will also forget. An engineer makes a computer. So computer is the action that has taken place. Then clothes made of cotton. So clothes is the action. Then the third one, sweet made by sweet maker, halwai. Okay. Written down all 3. Gia, you
Yes.
have to share it in the group. This is examples and you have to apply it and be ready with the answer. I will ask anybody in the next class. Okay. So an engineer makes a computer where computer is the action. Clothes made of cotton where clothes is the action, and sweets made by sweet maker where sweet is the action. Okay. So now one more thing that I want to explain you, and that is called the action. Okay. Now there is the action is say of making of pot. Okay. So in Hindi, there are 2 words being used. One is upadan, other is upadey. Okay. Upadan is the principal cause and upadey is the action that has taken place. Okay. Upadan is the principal cause and upadey is the action. Now, the same action from the instrumental cause side is called nemitic. Nemitic. Okay.
Sir, can you please repeat it, sir?
So from upadan side, it is called upadey, and from nimit side, it is called nemitic. So upadey and nemitic is the same thing, action. Okay. So from the side of mud, it is called pot, and from the side of, say, potter, it is called pot.
Sir, can you repeat, sir? Upadan, principal cause.
Then action.
That is upaday.
Yes, upadey. Upadey, nimit, nemitic. So nemitic and upadey means the same, that action. But from the upadan side, it is called upadey, and from the nimit side, it is called nemitic. Okay. So both means action. One is from the nimit side and one is from the upadan side. Okay. So upadan side it is upadey, nimit side it is nemitic. So upadey and nemitic is the same thing, but 2 different words. Now my question is that why 2 different words for the same thing? What we are trying to say here. From
That is nimit and upadan.
From upadan side it is upadey, and from the nimit side it is nemitic. So upadan and upadey is in one substance. Correct or not?
Yes.
Correct. Okay. And nimit and nemitic is one substance?
No.
Good. Both are different substance. So when we want to say cause and effect relationship between 2 substance, we call it nimit nemitic. And when we want to say the same cause and effect relationship from a perspective of one substance, we call it upadan upade. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So two different names, okay? One, when
Yes,
we
sir, I could not note it, sir. Upadan is principal cause, Upade action.
yes,
Under which heading does it come, sir?
eligibility of the moment. Action is the eligibility of the moment, right?
Acha.
And from the instrumental cause side, limit side, it is called nemitic. Nemitic is again action or the eligibility of the moment. Okay. So when we want to discuss from the one substance point of view, it is upadan upade. When we want to discuss it from the two substance point of view, then it will be nimit nemitic. Because nimit is always an external substance. Okay. So now everything is clear. Now we will read the chapter. And Hemali, you start reading. Now you share the textbook, Jia. Jia, I have missed you, but next class I will be asking you the first one, okay?
Yes, sir. I'll share the textbook, right? Not the
No, textbook, page number 22.
1 minute.
Now you will be able to understand all the things. I have explained the whole chapter in this chart. So just be attentive and tell me if there is anything which is not clear to you. Then we can stop and again understand. Otherwise, it will be the same.
Substantive and instrumental causes.
Right.
Bhagwan Veer is auspicious, as also the preceptor Gautam. Acharya Kunkun is auspicious, and so is the Jain religion. Every substance in this world manifests itself in different modifications of its own accord. These actions are called condition, change, modification, or behavior. Each substance is the creator of its own modification. It does not at all need the cooperation of any other substance for these modifications. People are not acquainted with the scheme of things, in vain become unhappy with the desire of cooperation of others. Student. There can be no activity without its cause. How can therefore the quest for causes be regarded as of no avail? Speaker. You're correct. When you say that no activity materializes without its cause. But do you know what a cause is? The stuff that produces the activity is the cause thereof. Causes are of two kinds, substantive causes and instrumental or conventional causes. That which itself changes its condition is called the substantive cause. That which does not change its own condition, but upon which suitability is imposed, is called the instrumental or conventional cause. Example, in the making of an earthen jar, earth is the substantive cause, and the wheel, stick, and the pot maker are the instrumental cause. The substance in which the modification is born is the power of the self, and the modification is the object. That is upade. From the point of view of the conventional cause, the same modification is the changed condition. That is nimitic. The same manifestation is thus illustrated in two ways. One from the point of view of the power of the self, and the other from the point of view of the conventional cause. Student, please explain this arrangement more clearly with examples. In the emergence of the action jar, substantive cause is earth, from which aspect action jar is the object, and pot maker, wheel, etc. are the conventional causes. The same action of jar from the point of view of the conventional cause is the changed condition of the substance. These are just two aspects of the same phenomenon. I think you've understood this, student. Yes, sir, understood well. Speaker. Then apply these concept of substantive or conventional causes on a necklace and write faith. Student. The substance gold is the power of the self, and necklace is the desired manifestation. Fire, goldsmith, and others are conventional causes, and the necklace is the new condition. In the same manner, the soul substance or the attribute of faith is the power of the self, and right faith is the desired manifestation. The removal of perverted faith, karmic matter, is the instrumental cause, and right faith is the changed state. Speaker. Well said. Student. If the power of the self is the substance or the attribute, it is always present, so the alleged action should always be happening. If the power of the self is the substantive or the attribute, it is always it is always present, and so the alleged action should always be happening. Correct. Speaker. The power of the self is of two kinds: the eternal self power and the momental power of the self. That substance or attribute that undergoes the change itself is the eternal self power. The momental power of the self can be illustrated in two ways. An eternal current of manifestation flows in the substances and attributes. In that eternal current, the immediately previous momentary manifestation is the momental power of the self, and the manifestation immediately after the present moment is the action. The momentary capacity of the substance to change in that particular modification is the momental power of the self, and the manifestation is the action. The momentary self-power is called the forceful cause also. The eternal self-power is always present, but if that is regarded as the completely forceful cause, alleged actions will always be in the process of happening. As such, the forceful cause is the immediately previous manifestation of the substance and the momentary ability of the substance itself. Action cannot be fruitful without these two, and it always materializes when two are present. We can say conclusively that substance itself with its previous modification is the power of the self, and the substance with the immediate next manifestation is the desired action. Favorable external circumstances and objects are conventional causes, and the alleged modification, their action. Student. Are conventional causes of two kinds. First, indifferent and prompter. Speaker. Yes, they have been divided. Though ether, anti-ether, space, and time, substances have no desires of their own, and being inactive are called indifferent substantive causes, and the soul substance having desire and being active, and the matter substance being active only, are called prompter instrumental causes. Yet in the emergence of the action, all are indifferent, like the ether substance. Acharya Pujyapat has said in Itopadesh, an ignorant being cannot be made a learned one by teaching, and in the same way a learned one cannot be made ignorant being, because non-self substance are only conventional causes, just as the ether substance is for self-moving soul and matter. The Sanskrit Tika further clarifies this, saying, a misgiving can arise to the effect that thus all the external causes will be eliminated. This has been answered thus. Others, like teachers and enemies, etc., are in the emergence and destruction, respectively, of the alleged action, are only instrumental causes. In reality, the ability of the substance is the prime cause in the happening or non-happening of the event or action. Student. The soul of Bhagwan, Mahavir Bhagwan, in the previous life of a lion, attained the self with the teachings of two Digambar Jain saints, having the power to fly in the sky. It was on account of this that he became Bhagwan Mahavir in the later phase. Why don't you recognize their teaching as the instrumental cause? Speaker. We don't deny the importance of teaching as an important instrumental cause. If teaching alone can fetch welfare of the soul, many people listen to the religious discourses. Why don't all these attain purification of the soul? Why did not Mahavir start the process of the purification of the soul in the life of Marichi? Was there any paucity of instrumental causes? Was the teaching of the two Digambar Jain saints moving in the sky better than the teaching of Rishabdev? Bharat Chakravarti was his father, and the first propounder of religion, Rishabdev, was his grandfather. And yet he sounded opposition to the teachings of Bhagwan Rishabdev in the religious congregation. Was there something lacking in the message of Rishabdev? This proves that when the self is completely ready, the desired action materializes, and that time the favorable instrumental causes are always present. One has not to try to find them. Where was the chance of any teaching in the cruel phase of lion's life? But when the soul force of the lion became sufficiently powerful, the instrumental cause descended from the heavens. It was therefore said that the seeker of the soul should not be restless in finding favorable instrumental causes. Who says that instrumental causes are not there? However, we have not to make a search of these. When the action in the self materializes, the favorable instrumental causes are always there. Action does not follow the instrumental causes. Instrumental causes are so called according to the action. Instrumental causes are so called according to the action. Man, interested in sensual joys, develops attachment seeing the dead body of a prostitute, while a detached person develops feeling of renunciation. The same prostitute is said to be the cause of attachment for a man of senses and renunciation for the detached person. Sorry,
If action happens,
if action happens in accordance with instrumental causes, each one should have feelings of attachment or renunciation.
stop. So, more or less, I think it is more clear. If any you are having any doubt, you tell me. Otherwise, I will ask you a few questions.
So I have a doubt about that right faith one. So can we go there?
Which one?
So when he gives the teacher gives two examples. One is of that gold and necklace, and then one of right faith.
Okay. Right. So that is about Upadan, Upade and Nimit, Nemitik. Okay. So the substance in which the modification is born is the power of the self. That is Upadan. Power of the self is principal cause. Okay. Eternal principal cause. And the modification is the object or the action. Upade. Okay. From the point of view of the conventional cause here means instrumental cause. Okay. The same modification is the change condition, nemitic. So nemitic means the change condition, nemitic means the action. Okay. So from the point of view of nimit, it is called nemitic. And from the point of view of upadan, that is self-power, it is called upade. So now it has given example. So one example was of the jar that we already discussed, and this one was about the gold. Okay. Necklace and right faith. So necklace, in the case of necklace, necklace is made of gold. Okay. So what would be the eternal principal cause?
Gold.
So Jia, you tell me all the five here. In the case of the necklace being made of gold, you tell me what is eternal principal cause first.
The gold will be the eternal principle.
Yes, good. What would be immediate prior modification?
So all the prior.
First tell me what is the action? What is the action?
The making of gold is the action.
Gold, no, gold is already there.
Making of
Necklace. Okay.
necklace.
So
Yeah.
necklace is action, and
Yeah.
necklace is action means necklace is the eligibility of the moment. Okay. Now
Right.
tell me, what is immediate prior modification?
Uh, I think all the prior steps, like
Yeah,
mining,
the whole process from
Mhm.
raw gold to making of necklace.
Right. Will mining also be a part of the process?
Mining not would be a part because gold should be there to make the necklace first.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
we'll not include that part. That is a prior to that. We just consider that gold to necklace, the
Hmm.
whole process. Okay. So then heating up that gold and then molding it in the shape of a necklace, everything, the whole process would be immediate prior modification. Now, instrumental cause. What would be motivational instrumental cause?
The gold maker would be the instrumental.
What would be?
The person who's making the gold.
So goldsmith. Okay. Motivational would be goldsmith. And
Yeah.
what would be indifferent?
All the instruments used to make
Yes, all the instruments used, and
necklace.
of course the medium of motion, medium of rest, space, time, all are instrumental cause. Okay, all are indifferent instrumental cause. So this example is you have cleared. Now, whom I have not asked.
Can someone else share screen? I'm going to travel now. That's why. If
Yeah. So
I can
Himali is there. I will make co-host to Himali. Okay. Now the next example, faith, right faith. Okay. Now, right face is the action. Okay. So, Maltiji, you try all the 5.
So the eternal
What is
principle,
action? First, tell me, what is action?
the destruction of the, I mean, I think destruction of all the wrong faith is the right.
Action. What has happened?
The
Right
wrong
faith. Right faith. Okay. Right faith is the action.
is the action. Right. Right faith is the action. Yes.
Now, you
And the
tell me, what is eternal principal cause? So, right faith originates in what?
knowledge in the soul.
In the soul. So, you can say soul is the
Eternal
eternal principal cause, or
Yeah.
alternatively, the attribute of faith.
attribute of faith. Yeah.
Because right faith is the modification. Okay. So,
The faith.
attribute of faith or the soul, both will do. Okay. So,
Yeah.
that is the eternal principle. Now, tell me, what would be immediate prior modification?
It will be the process of weeding out all the wrong beliefs
Okay.
and getting the enlightenment, the right faith.
Okay. So getting the enlightenment is the action. Okay. That is right faith. Okay. So all the process that you study the scriptures and then you analyze it, think over it, contemplate, and the decision. Okay. The important thing is your decision making power. Okay. So once you decide that you are a soul, that is the final decision. Okay. So you were considering yourself to be a lady, a mother, a householder, cook. You have different roles to play, right? So all those are not your actual identification. Okay. You are actually a soul. So
Yeah.
if you believe yourself to be a soul, that is the right faith. So all the process of reading, analyzing, uh, contemplating, and decision, all this process would be immediate prior modification. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we come to instrumental cause. What would be motivational instrumental cause?
The person.
Person is the upadan.
Oh, the teacher,
Yes.
the
Hmm.
exposure to right
Oh,
scriptures.
that is in the making.
So
Right.
teacher, I would say teacher would be a motivational instrumental cause, or Dev Guru Shastra could be a motivational instrumental cause. And what would be indifferent?
The process.
I think the scriptures would be the scriptures or the base from which we get the right faith.
That could be a indifferent instrumental cause, and the most important in this case is the destruction of
Wrong
faith,
faith.
deluding karma. Okay. Karma is other substance, matter substance. The right faith has manifested in the soul. Okay. So the instrumental cause would be indifferent. Instrumental cause would be this destruction of deluding faith karma. Okay. So mithyatva ka abhav, mithyatva karma ka abhav is the indifferent instrumental cause. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
So correct, all correct. So now two examples are solved. Any other questions so far? Now I want to ask you one question regarding the instrumental cause. Okay.
Excuse me, sir. सर ये जो इटर्नल प्रिंसिपल कॉज है वो क्या आप सोल बताए क्या एग्जाम्पल?
हाँ, soul, otherwise the attribute of faith. You can take either Shraddha Gun या आत्मा. Because सम्यक दर्शन किस में हुआ है? आत्मा में हुआ है या श्रद्धा में हुआ है. तो eternal principle would be either the soul or the attribute of faith.
Arising from the soul, that is.
Yes.
So, thank you.
So now this example of Bhagwan Mahavir who got Samyak Darshan in the birth of a lion. Okay. And when he was in the birth of Marichi, where his grandfather was Rishabdev Bhagwan, Tirthankar, Rishabh Tirthankar Bhagwan. His father was Bharat Chakravarti, his uncle was Bahubali, and his 99 brothers all attend liberation in the same birth. While Marichi propagated 363 different religion against his grandfather. Okay, this example we are considering now. Now, can someone tell me that what they want to say with this example?
So
What they want to show?
Try.
Hmm?
So may I try?
Yeah.
So what they are trying to say is that he was surrounded by the like really great souls. He was getting the right upadan, not upadan, sorry, the right messages. Probably it was a good time. It was not even the fifth era that time. All of that was there, but he never made the effort to kind of move in that direction because his destiny was not there that time.
So
The time was not
here they want to show that
his soul was not so powerful.
Tell me, Malti.
His soul was not so powerful to absorb all the good instrumental.
Right.
Instrumental cause so thin, but his soul is not so powerful.
So they're trying to show here that even the instrumental causes were there, but still the work didn't happen. Okay. So instrumental cause is not the regulatory factor. Is what they wanted to prove. And when he was in the birth of a lion, okay, there was no chance of any instrumental cause over there, but he still developed right faith. And two monks from heaven, from sky, came and explained him about the religion. Right? So it shows that you should not feel restless in finding favorable instrumental cause. There is no favorable instrumental cause in this universe. When you perform any action, whatever is suitable would be called as instrumental cause. Okay? So we never run after instrumental cause. Okay? That is what it's said here. Now my next question. So if the action does not take place because of the instrumental cause, then why we want to discuss instrumental cause? Why there is so much of discussion on instrumental cause when it does not directly turns into action, when it is not the regulatory factor, then why so much importance is given to instrumental cause?
Shall I try to answer, sir?
Action.
No. I will not tell you because you already heard, no?
Okay, sir.
Let them try. So निमित्तों की चर्चा क्यों है? निमित्त से
हाँ
कार्य
वो
नहीं है, निमित्त से
हाँ
कार्य नहीं है, तो निमित्तों की चर्चा क्यों है इतनी?
without any action there is no thing sir. बिना कोई एक्शन जब कुछ होता है तभी
राइट, जब
होनहार होनहार को जब होना होता है वो तभी होता है सर. That is one reason.
So my question is कि why the instrumental cause is giving so much of importance when the action does not takes place because of that?
So, because for any action, two causes are needed. Principal and instrumental. Although instrumental may not be the reality, it is still and it is not assumed to be available for it is only assumed to be available. It is still needed, sir.
Yeah, it is still needed because action cannot take place without the 5 causes. And instrument is one of the cause, so it has to be there. Okay. So the action does not take place through instrumental cause, and action does not take place without instrumental cause also. Okay. So instrumental cause has to be there, presence has to be there, but it is not something that we should look for because there is nothing called instrumental cause in this universe. It is the action that you manifest, then only there is something called instrumental cause. Okay, this is the fact. Okay, now my question is then why so much of discussion on instrumental cause? Because you should be aware. Now you tell, Rekha.
I'll just give a try, sir.
Yeah, give it a try.
Sir, why it is given importance is सामने प्रत्यक्ष जो दिखता है, what is seen is immediately what comes to our sight is nimitt.
Right, very good.
So to understand the nimitt is very important to understand the eternal bliss, because the very immediate sight what comes to our knowledge is nimitt.
Okay.
तो उसको अगर समझ
we can see the nimit, but we cannot see the upadan. Okay. So nimit is always seen. So this is the first reason. Okay. What would be there are 5 reasons I will discuss now. So this is the first point. The second is you should be aware of what is a suitable factor for your action that you want to take place. Now, supposing you want to become a doctor. So you should go to a medical college. If you go to an engineering college, you will become doctor. So you should have a knowledge that if I want to become a doctor, I should go to a medical college. Okay. So we should have awareness about the suitable nimit in case whatever action that we want to do. Okay. So this is the second answer. The third is that the third is that there are something that you need to do intentionally. बुद्धि पूर्वक कुछ करना होता है और अबुद्धि पूर्वक हो जाता है. ठीक है. So there are some things that you should do intentionally and then the action automatically takes place. Okay. So you should have this knowledge about the instrumental cause, that if I want to manifest right faith, then I have to get to the true God, true scriptures and true monk. Okay. So this instrumental cause, the knowledge of the instrumental cause should be there. Okay. The third one was, I'm not remembering now. Let me just recall. The third one is the one that we already discussed, that the action does not take place through nimit and action does not take place without nimit also. Okay. So nimit is always there. So the discussion on nimit is very logical. The fourth one, the fourth one is that although the action has taken place because of the principal cause, okay, but nimit is also one of the causes, okay. So you cannot say that the action has taken place without nimit, okay. Nimit will always be there. For any action to take place, nimit is also a equal contributor. So you just cannot rule out the instrumental cause, okay. So instrumental cause cannot be ruled out. That is the importance of nimit. And the last one,
So third and fourth is the same. No action does not take place without nimit, and although it has taken place by the principal cause, nimit is also a contributor.
so second and third was same, okay. So first one is that nimit is always seen and upadan cannot be seen, okay.
Yeah.
So that's why we always talk in conventional way through nimit only, okay. The third one was that the action takes place because without the action cannot take place without nimit, and action does not take place through nimit also. That was the third point. And the fourth point, the last one that we discussed was what?
Action has taken place by principal cause, nimit is an equal contributor.
So
Somewhere
nimit is also an equal contributor. It is not that nimit is something subordinate. Although
equal.
Although its role in the action is like that, it looks like that. But having said that, nimit is also one of the cause. So you cannot avoid nimit. Okay. And one more point is there that I don't remember, but next class I will remember and we will touch again on the importance of nimit. Okay. And then we will finish up this chapter from Pandit Todarmalji to end. We'll finish in the next class. And then we will move on to the next book. The book that I have shared PDF. It's a detailed discussion on Nimit Upadan. Okay. So that book also 23 pages are there. So that also we will read out. It's a more detailed explanation because this chapter in Tattwagyan part 2 is a small chapter. But having said that, it has covered all the essential points. But if you want to further understand Nimit Upadan, then the other book that we have in the syllabus, Nimit Upadan, the PDF of which I shared the first part, okay, that you should read, okay, as a homework. And we are also going to read that 23 pages in classes, in the class also, okay. Then we have something called Upadan Nimit Doha by Bhaiya Bhagwati Das ji. So it's a kind of debate between two characters. One is Nimit and one is Upadan, okay. So Nimit says that because of me the action takes place, and Upadan says it is because of me. So both fight it out. And there are around 30 arguments between them. Okay. One argument, if Nimit gives, then the counter argument is given by Upadan. So it's in just a drama kind of form. And that also we will discuss maybe next to next class. Okay. And then we will conclude. So this is your concept clarity paper 2, paper 3. And in that concept clarity, you have to make this chart, the chart that I have shared. So you have to just copy it around, and you can use the English words. You can recreate it in your own way, make it more creative. Okay. And before that, you should read that the one PDF that I shared yesterday. Okay. That is a detailed discussion on Nimit Upadan. And after that, we will discuss some of the questions in that book also. So that we'll be doing next week. Okay. So this
Sir,
is all.
can you just give me the sequential order, sir?
What sequential order?
The first thing is eternal principal cause. Second
Yes.
is the eligibility of the moment.
No, second would be the immediate prior modification. Third would be eligibility of the moment. Fourth would be motivational instrumental cause. And fifth would be indifferent instrumental cause.
So
These
the
are
second
the 5
is,
things on 3 examples that you have to give. Okay.
okay. The second one is what you said, the immediate cause.
Immediate prior modification.
Okay, immediate prior modification. Okay.
Okay, you can just refer to the chart. It's there, everything.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, so our time is also over. निज निधि निज में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है उसके लिए जिनवाणी माँ को वंदना सत बार है। उसके लिए जिनवाणी माँ को वंदना सत बार है।
जय जिनेन्द्र, जय
Thank you,
जिनेन्द्र।
sir. Jai Jinendra, sir.
Thank you, sir.